guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nkuli and I am back with my first Smile Direct Club update. Just a quick reminder, I am not an ambassador for Smile Direct Club. I have not been paid to say the things I'm going to say about them. This channel was created with the sole purpose of tracking my progress with Smile Direct Club and my overall treatment. I am on a 7-month treatment, and if you can remember from the last video, my biggest problem is my gap, my stadium of a gap. Smile Direct Club says that they will fix my bottom teeth too, because they are out of place, and they will close my gap, which I will be happy to see. I have just completed week 1, month 1, which I'm very excited about, and I'm back to share with you all my experiences of the week. With that said, let's get into it. So last week I officially started with my month 1, week 1 tray. So after I received my package in the mail, which I had to wait for quite a while, and eventually I received, I then popped my aligners in, and there was like a pressure of putting them in, but mine clicked instantly. It wasn't really a struggle to put them in, and I had to use my chewies, which are these little things you chew on them just to make sure that your aligners are put in correctly. So I put them in and there was no pain, but for some reason I had to take them out, and I did, and I took them out, and they recommend that you use this to, I don't really know what it's called, to take them out. It's easier. It has like a little hooky thing on both ends that makes it easy to take your aligners out. I took them out, and trust me, instant regret, because putting them right back in was very painful. It was a hell of a pain. I had to that night take a Motrin to numb the pain, and I also had to take something to help me sleep, because I didn't think I was going to be sleeping that night with such pain. So I wore them overnight, and the next morning, same routine, because I have to brush my teeth in the morning, I popped them out. The mistake that I did was I popped them out with my fingers, with my hands from the back, and I think I kind of like bent them a bit, but it wasn't that hectic. So I took them out, brushed my teeth. I don't normally eat in the morning, so I brushed my teeth and I put them back on. Click. It still was painful, you know. There is that initial pressure from the first few days. It was painful putting them back on, and I had to go about my day. Obviously I could tell that there was something different in my mouth. I could feel them all the time. I'm not sure if it was something my mind told me to do in my mind, but I could feel them, and I knew that there was something foreign in my mouth. So taking them out, putting them in, it's not something that I liked to do, because it was truly painful to put them in and take them out. So I tried to do that at very minimum, which kind of controls your eating. So taking out your aligners and putting them back on is not a pretty sight. It's something that you want to do in private. I experienced drooling during the first few days, and I definitely recommend that you use the little gadget they gave you. It's a bit tricky in the beginning, but you get used to it, because if you use your fingers, you do run the risk of what I did, bending them. And I did bend my bottom aligners a little bit, and they started cutting me a little bit on my cheek and the inside of my tongue, under my tongue. So I did have to trim them a little bit, but after that I had learned my lesson, and this was my best friend. So the week progressed, and my mouth, or my mind, got used to having my aligners in, and it was something that I was used to having from day in, day out. The only problem that I had with my aligners during the entire week was that because I have such a stadium of a gap, a big gap, spit started collecting in the middle where there's a space, and I constantly had to like either push it out, because it was kind of embarrassing speaking to people with spit in the middle of their aligners. And that's the only problem that I had with my aligners during this week. What else? Eating is something that you have to control, because you cannot eat with your aligners on. Eating is something that I had to teach myself to wait so that I could have 3 meals a day. So I'd have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And each of the time I have to take my aligners off. And my teeth were a bit painful, so I couldn't bite into anything. So I tried by all means to have soft foods like your oats in the morning, and soft bun rolls, and anything soft that would help, because biting into anything hard, I wouldn't recommend it. It's really sore. So I would take my aligners off, rinse them, put them in my handy dandy case, which I carry with me everywhere. It's not nice to leave your aligners lying around or putting them on any surface. Number one, you don't know what has been on that surface, and you have to put those things back in your mouth. So I'd put them in my case, rinse them before putting in my case, and then I'd have my meal. And then immediately after, because I didn't want to have my aligners out for a long time, they do recommend that you have them for about 20 to 22 hours in a day. So I would eat, and straight after eating, I have to brush my teeth. So what I do is that I brush my teeth with normal toothpaste, and I have a little travel mouthwash that I carry with me everywhere. So just to kill off bacteria that might be lingering around in my mouth. And then I floss just to make sure that there's nothing stuck in my teeth. Obviously nothing is going to get stuck in my gap. But that was my procedure day in, day out, to do all that and then rinse my aligners out. I do rinse them with warm water and then put them back in. So as the week gradually progressed, this got a little easier for me. But I am a snacker, you know. I love to snack between meals, and I have to completely cut that off, because if I wanted to have a snack, I'd have to deal with the process of having to brush my teeth, use mouthwash, and floss, which does take a bit of time. So I completely cut out snacking, which wasn't a big deal, but you do have to think twice or 3 times or 4 times if you want to take a snack. Today was kind of hard for me. I brushed my teeth so many times because I did have a lot of snacks in between, but it was easier because the aligners were now loose and I could just take them out and do the procedure and pop them back in. It is not painful as we speak. My teeth aren't painful at all. But with week 2, might be a different story. So the whole procedure of brushing your teeth is quite tedious, and I would recommend that you limit your meals to only 3 meals a day. I did, however, have a large intake of water, because you're allowed to drink only water when you have your aligners on. So anytime that I felt hungry between meals, I would drink water, and that benefited me because water is the most healthiest drink in the world, and it did help. One thing that you want to carry around with you, and it's something that they provide, if I can get it out of my handy dandy box, there you go, is try to take it out. Ooh, the struggle of the nails. I think I have another one, but I do have another one in my bag. Okay, I'm not gonna take it out. Is the lip balm. This is lip balm, and I realize that every time I brush my teeth, my lips are hella dry, and oh my gosh, I broke a nail. Damn. I'm upset about that. Anyway, for the greater good of stuff. Anyway, so my lips do get hella dry, and I personally cannot carry on the day with dry lips, and it's tough to speak. You have your liners in your mouth that are foreign, there's a whole lot of spit gathering in your mouth that you have to well, this is just me, that I had to constantly swallow, and I didn't want to have dry lips added on top of that. So definitely the lip balm comes in handy. So after week 1, month 1, I personally wouldn't say that I see a change or I feel a change, other than my aligners becoming loose. I still have a big gap. I don't think my bottom teeth have changed much, so I wouldn't report on any big changes on week 1, month 1, though after watching a whole lot of YouTube videos with people who have gaps, people did report that they saw some sort of a change, some sort of a shifting, and personally I haven't seen that. So I'm hoping with week 2, month 1, I will start to see some changes. And basically that was my week. The toughness of the week was just to control my eating, and just to plan on carrying toothpaste and all that other good stuff that I mentioned earlier in your bag. I changed bags a lot, so I had to make sure that my handy dandy toothpaste kit or brushing teeth kit was with me all the time. Going out was a challenge, because before you eat at a restaurant, I went out with a friend to a restaurant, and I wanted to have some cocktails, have some lunch, and I spent the whole day with my friend, so I had to excuse myself, pop into the bathroom, take out my aligners, rinse them, put them in my case, or the whole process, go back, have my lunch and my cocktails with my friend, and then go back in, brush my teeth, drink some mouthwash, just mouthwash my mouth, and then pop them back on, it's a process. It's tedious. It's something that I normally never did at a restaurant, and the whole explaining, I have to take out my line, excuse me, going to the bathroom, come back, my liners are back on. My friend and I went to more than one restaurant, and I personally didn't want not to be having my liners off for for a long time. So I would pop them in between restaurants and then have to pop them out. Something that I won't do again. I think I'm just going to decide that I'm gonna eat. After I eat, and I will put them back on. I did go to another event where I decided, because I had my aligners on, that I'm not gonna go to the bathroom and take my aligners off. So I just had water the whole time, and people kind of give you the side eyes. Oh, why is she drinking water? I mean, but that it is what it is. The process of having to brush your teeth in public is a nightmare. So I have decided either I will take them out, finish the process of whatever I'm doing, and then put them back in. Though I don't want to have them out for a long time. So it's either I do that or I will sip on some water the whole time. So I'm about to start. Again, my handy dandy box. So the difference between the old box and the new box is that the last time you would be able to open this part and you'd find all your aligners just popped in there. But this time they've cleverly just tucked them in where you can't see them and you can pull them out. So I'm about to start my month 1, week 2, and I just want to show you before I actually pop them in my mouth what the aligners look like. So this is what they look like. These are my top aligners. They should fit pretty well. This is what they look like. So I'll be popping these. These are my best friends for the next week. And hopefully after that, it does look like the gap seems a little smaller. I don't think you will be able to see that, but hopefully I will have some changes in my teeth next week. But it is a 7-month program, and I'm really ready for my teeth to close, to not have a gap. But I have to be patient, and I have to repeat the whole process of the brushing teeth, the not eating between meals, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the next week brings. And with that said, that's my update. I hope that this helps any other individual going through what I'm going through, and that we can get this gap closed. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Mwah!